Welcome to Realtree.com. Today we're getting our first look at the all-new 2014 Chevy Silverado 1500.
The trucks have been redesigned from the hood all the way to the hitch, and it's actually by the same designer that designed the 2014 Chevy Corvette.
A lot of improvements have been made to it to help the gas mileage, to increase the towing capacity, and just in general, it's got a lot of really neat bells and whistles and features that I think hunters are going to find interesting. So we're going to step around it and take a closer look at it. Tony, tell me about the engines on these new Silverados.
Yep, this is where the work gets done. There's 3 brand new engines. They have all aluminum engines in them, and this is the 5.3 liter V8, which is probably going to be the most popular engine because it offers the best mix of towing capacity, fuel economy, but you can also step up and do a 6.2 liter V8, and then there's the 4.3 liter V6 that has really good fuel economy, about 24 miles a gallon on the highway. This one's actually going to do 23 miles a gallon on the highway, which is leading in its class, and super throaty. I mean, it's got a lot of torque to it. The towing capacity on this is about 11,500 pounds, and that's really a combination of all the technologies they put in. The lighter, the lighter hoods, all the fuel savings. It has active fuel management, which means the 8-cylinder is going to become a 4-cylinder when it doesn't need all that extra power.
Yeah, you're more of a truck guy than I am. So, like, basically, if you're out on the highway and in cruise control, just going along, it's going to drop down to a 4-cylinder truck.
Absolutely.
And then when you go up a hill or if you're towing something, then
Yep.
you're going to get the full V8 power.
Yep. As long as you're above a certain miles per hour and it doesn't need to have all 8 cylinders going, which usually on the highway you don't need 8 cylinders unless you're towing something. It's going to kick them down to 4, which obviously makes a big difference in the fuel economy.
I have 4 kids, so safety is extremely important to me. And one of the things I love about this truck is the safety alert system. It has a lane departure warning so that if you veer into the other lane, the seat will alert you. It also has a front collision warning, so the seat will alert you if you get too close to the car in front of you as well.
One of the things I really like about this truck is this step on the corner of the rear bumper here. It's not a huge deal. It doesn't stick out to you as anything real significant, but it's pretty easy to jump up in there, reach over into your bow case, grab your bow right out, and drop right back down. So one less step you got to do, opening the tailgate and all that stuff.
Well, tailgate, besides holding stuff in the back of the truck, isn't exactly something that you would think would have a feature to it. But this one does. What's an issue that you've had with tailgates before?
Well, I mean, when your arms are full, it's really hard to open a tailgate. You often have to catch it on your knee, which is painful and inconvenient.
Right. Absolutely. So just grab hold of the handle, open it, and just let it go. It's got a torsion bar system in there. They call it the Easy Lift. Now go ahead and close it, and you'll see how light that is.
All right, so one of the cool things about this truck, I'm gonna put it in reverse so you can see it, is the backup camera. Now, several trucks have backup cameras, but the neat thing about this Chevy, or at least I think it's neat, because of the electric steering, you get your directional radius there. Not sure that that's the proper technological term, but you can see as I turn the wheel that it's telling me exactly where my trailer hitch is gonna go. Now, we've got a Ranger bass boat back there, and of course this truck, and neither one of them belong to me. And I don't have a whole lot of practice using these backup cameras, but I'm gonna, just for the sake of a good honest field testing, I'm gonna just start backing her up and try to hook this boat up using just this camera. So, taking my time, trying to keep straight with it. You can see it takes kind of a little learning curve to kind of, trust it, but it's pretty accurate. There we go. It may not be perfect, but it's close enough that we can definitely get the boat down on the trailer hitch. I think that's what counts. So.
Well, as soon as you get in the truck, anybody that's owned a Silverado before, or even if you haven't, the first thing you're going to notice is that the dashboard is completely changed, redesigned. This is the driver information panel. It has the MyLink system, which is the infotainment center here. We have dual climate control system, so you're going to have temperature controls on both sides, on the driver's side and the passenger side. It has heated seats as an option as well, which is really nice if you happen to live in a colder climate like I do. The MyLink system is brand new, completely redesigned. It's all touchscreen. And you can see here all the different features that it has. OnStar, which is exclusive to General Motors, and that's not just a feature where you can find where you're going through the navigation system. That is a super handy feature for safety. It's going to recognize if you get in an accident. It's going to recognize if any of the airbags go off. It's going to recognize that, and it's going to call the paramedics and EMT and all the people that need to be notified in the case of an accident. Like I mentioned, it has a navigation system that works through OnStar. You're going to get a hold of OnStar. They're going to download those turn-by-turn directions. Audio, obviously all kinds of audio on this, XM satellite radio, 5 USB ports, so if you have an MP3 player, iPhone, iPod, it's going to control all of those things. Phone that has Bluetooth connectivity so that you can pair your phone. You never have to take your hands off the steering wheel for any of the controls. The radio, everything that you want to control in this system is right here, including answering the phone, sending text messages, receiving calls, those types of things. Settings is what you think. You can set all kinds of options in here, even the way you want the display to look. You see that we have these little icons and characters up here. They have several options of what you can have. So Pandora radio, so you can stream internet radio through here, which is unheard of. Who would have thought, you know, we could have Pandora radio in a vehicle? I've never used this before. Literally, this is the first time I've sat behind the dash messing with this thing. And you can see how easy it is. So we're going to try to pair my phone and see how easy this is. I have an iPhone 5 with Bluetooth, which I've turned the Bluetooth on. So we're going to see if we can get this thing to pair. And I don't know exactly how to do this, so we'll just see how intuitive it is. I'm guessing that I'm going to have to probably go somewhere into the media to choose my phone. Well, obviously right there it is, so I'm going to open the Bluetooth on my phone. Alright, so we're just going to hit pair, and we're going to try to pair this phone. And there we go. Tony's iPhone has been successfully paired. So what can we do with it there? Well, now it's going to, anytime the phone rings, it's going to come up on there. If I want to make a call, I can come up on there. And not only can I make the call, I can, you know, all voice activated. I can say call home, call office. Also, with the iPhone, obviously you have a lot of music on there through iTunes. If I wanted to use that, I would just go in there, and it's going to work right through the radio. Well, we've driven it a little bit, we've walked around and sort of kicked the tires, and I'm pretty impressed. I mean, to me, a truck is a tool. It's what I use almost every day to get the work done that we do, going out and getting photos and getting the stories and getting the video. You know, I hunt a lot of public land. I travel quite a bit for turkeys and deer and haul the boat all over. It always seems like I'm going someplace that I haven't been before, and to have everything that I need right there. Better fuel economy obviously is going to help. The increased, you know, towing capacity, the little features that they've added inside for storage. Better fuel economy, obviously, as I mentioned, is a big plus, but knowing where you're going with the navigation system is a big deal too. So I'm pretty impressed with the truck.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of features I like as well. My short legs and I really appreciate the step up into the bed of the truck. The tailgate's really easy to use, and being a mom, safety is really important to me, so the safety alert system in the truck is great.
It's just got a little thing, you know, a lot of little things on it that, you know, when you're shopping for a truck, you're looking at the fuel economy, you're looking for the, you know, for the towing capacity and things like that. But, you know, as somebody that spends a lot of time in the outdoors and going through mud holes and getting this stand together in the dark and stuff like that, a lot of just little thoughtful features on this truck. You know, the wheel wells have got the, you know, the lining on them that, you know, if it gets muddy, not only does it keep the you know, the sound down, but I mean, it's something you can just spray right out. You don't have to worry about that mud getting up in there. And then, you know, one of the things that, you know, that we didn't get to see on this particular truck, but I understand it's an option, are some, you know, some LED, you know, lights lining the bed. And, you know, when you're trying to get your bow out quietly, trying to get your stand out quietly in the dark without shining your flashlight around, you turn those on, and it's pretty handy to get your stuff together. So it's, you know, there's a lot of stuff on here that, you know, that I think owners could find pretty useful.
Absolutely.
Why don't you let me speak right after Tony?
Okay.
And then I can just say my two little sentences.
And I didn't mean to get in there and just take all
I was about to say, you just took everything that I was going to talk about.
Yep, she's out of stuff.
Yeah, you keep doing that.